Hi, welcome to Sales 101, and we're still talking about the sales pitch. Opening the chapter 5 of my book is the quote by Sun Tzu in the book The Art of War. And the quote says, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not your enemy, for every victory gained, you also suffer a defeat. If you neither know the enemy nor yourself, you succumb in every battle." Now that opening quote takes us to the core of why we need to have an effective pitch. A couple of things. One, know yourself. Know your product very, very well. Product knowledge is so important to being able to deliver a winning pitch. You have to know what you're selling. Don't sound like a novice. You have to actually be a guru. And not just a guru in your business or your product, but also know about your industry, because that makes you come across to your prospects as very knowledgeable and able to solve their problems. And so whether or not you're starting out in sales, you have to invest time to knowing your product. Know your product is the first and most important thing about delivering an effective pitch. The next thing is know your customer, know your buyer. Who is your ideal customer and who is this particular customer? We mentioned in the previous episode you have to ask questions. Asking questions helps you clarify what the customer need is. And so you want to be able to ask questions and so that you can make key determinations on how your pitch can address the customer needs. And the third thing is your pitch must solve a real problem. Now, the opening quote that we mentioned was the fact that you have to know your enemy. Now, we don't necessarily mean to say that our competitors are our enemies, but if you read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, one of the things he talks about is business is battle, business is war. And so think about it in terms of, how do I know how to counter what my competitor is offering to my prospects? What is different about what you are offering the customer? Why should they choose you? You have to be able to speak to that very, very clearly and definitively to this prospect. And the last thing you need to know in delivering your winning pitch is you have to be ready for objections. Objections are the biggest challenge to selling. And so I'll talk about that in the next episode, but you have to be ready for objections. The next thing is you need to be prepared. Be mentally prepared, physically prepared, emotionally prepared for delivering this pitch. Don't go into a pitch meeting or into a customer meeting unprepared. If you have to have documents, you need to have those documents with you. Don't go in late, don't go in flustered, don't go in exhausted, and don't go in tired. I know that the realities of our environment sometimes makes it difficult for you to go into every meeting in an air-conditioned car. But even if you have to take public transport, always try to get into your customer's presence looking the freshest than you can. So take time to invest in presenting yourself properly so you can be prepared, and always put your best foot forward. And the final thing I'm going to say is be positive and go in and nail it. Think about yourself as winning in this pitch. And most of the time, if you visualize it well enough, you actually will achieve your goals. I'll see you next time.